So today's video is gonna be my 5 tips to work from home effectively. Hey everyone, my name is April and welcome back. So my channel is about mommy life and about tips and tricks and product reviews as well. So if you're into that, please I beg you, subscribe to my channel. If you have suggestions, whatnot, if you wanted to see other videos, leave them in the comment section down below. So, you know, the world today has changed dramatically on how people or employees actually work from home. And so I think the challenge in here is that how would one person divide or classify when you are working and when you are done working? So a lot of people, they've said that they end up working more time and more hours and they end up getting more tired. So these tips that I would be sharing with you is gonna help on how you actually do your work at home. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, the first tip that I have for you is to create your daily routine. So like for me, I still do my, like daily work routine. Like if I'm going to work, I would do the same thing even if I'm home. At least you would need an hour to do all of this before your actual time. For example, first thing I would do when I wake up in the morning is to go to the bathroom to take a bath, to prepare myself, to brush your teeth, and just take a shower, and then you get dressed up. And actually I think it helps to have that mindset when you think that you're preparing yourself to actually go to work. In the morning I take a bath, I get dressed up, I do my hair, and I put some makeup on, like just very light makeup, and then I'm going to prepare my breakfast.
So every day I normally have toasted bread, so I use brown bread in here. So I'm gonna toast it with butter, and then I'm going to have some cheese on top of it, and also I have like a pre-made chicken sandwich which I normally also like on my bread. So I'm just gonna put them all together and make sure that I don't burn it like here. So I'm just gonna put it all and then slice the sandwich, and that's a for me. And then make my 3-in-1 coffee, and then I have to put it here in this coffee mug because I don't want it to be cold quickly. Plus I'm gonna just slice some cucumber and have a banana, and that's it. I'm good to go.
After I prepare the breakfast, I'm going to go back to my workspace, which I set up in the bedroom. We're gonna tackle that in a bit. And then I would actually have water inside as well, so then I don't have to go out every time.
I normally take my breakfast while I'm actually working, so I kept it inside the bedroom. Breakfast is the most important meal for me of the day. So I take it while I'm checking my emails or I'm writing my notes. So I'm just taking it in between my work, so then I don't actually have to take time to do just the breakfast alone. But it's really important for me. So anytime within the day, because my husband actually wakes up later than me, so what I would actually do is to make up the bed during my spare time. I would actually do this either during my break time or during my lunch break. It's just gonna take like tops 10 to 15 minutes. It's not gonna take so much time, but I really want a clean bed. And then after the bed, I'm just gonna go and quickly do the vacuum for the bedroom because there are like crumbs of the food that I ate, and hair falling all over the place and stuff.
Actually training your brain to separate work and personal space when you're at home is a little bit challenging, and most of the people, I actually understand that it is quite difficult for them. What I'm trying to do is you need to create a daily work routine, so then you follow it every day, and then your body and your mind will eventually think, because it's a routine, then you can concentrate more and then you can be more productive, right? Plus, if you're not working on your PJs or pajamas, you actually create that atmosphere that, okay, I am working. All these things that I mentioned, like the routine that you have to do on a daily basis, it would actually help. So I really hope you give it a try. Second tip, so this is where the workspace comes in. So you need to dedicate a specific workspace, in your house. The space should be a quiet place in a corner with a door. So in my case, I actually did set up my workspace inside our bedroom because the hall in the living room is where the television is, and that's where my kids are always at. The other bedroom is their bedroom, of course. So there's no other space in my house to actually put work play. So I just put it inside the bedroom, but then I have to set up this whole table. It's like a foldable table, so I think you can get any, if you have any spare table at home, you can just, you know, put it in the bedroom and just do the whole setup. And then I have this IKEA Kallax, which is like a 4-door thing, which I just use it as, you know, like a corner to put my other stuff. So I somehow created like an L shape workspace corner for me, so then I can accommodate everything that I need. So you can see there's my laptop, I have some notebooks in here, I have pens, I have papers, I have actually 2 laptops. One is for my work, which I use it for, you know, emails, and all my files are here. And then the other one that I have is my personal laptop, but then I use it for work as well. So then it gives me more flexibility to do my work simultaneously. I would also prefer to not put your workspace in front of a television. So I'd highly recommend, if you can, don't put your workstation in front of your television or in your living room, because it's actually a distraction. You wouldn't be able to concentrate, and you're going to be tempted to open the television and watch. So let's eliminate, you know, distractions. Another thing that you would consider when you're trying to, you know, like dedicate a workspace in your home is to consider the background when you set up your home office. So like for me, initially I did the setup the other way around. So then, like, if there are people walking behind me, like, you can see that, or you can see my dresser, you can see my mirror, you can see my bed actually at the background. And that's not actually good, especially if you are having calls. So in this way, this is the wall behind me, it's like in a corner. So this one is actually a good space. See, this is my bed on the right side, and then this is where I set up my office, near the window. So the window actually gives you some light, which is good to look at. So like if I'm working and I see outside and I see the light, it's quite refreshing. You don't actually have to stare at your monitor the whole day. So you have some options to look at the nature and appreciate the nature and just see some light. I like actually my place to be lighted, so I really like how I put the setup here. Plus, my laptops and my computers are not facing the window, so then it doesn't hit that light and it doesn't bounce back on my monitors or on my screen. Probably you would also need to rearrange your space in your bedroom. I did that as well because I'm trying to find a good space to put in my table, my you know, my workspace, my table, my desk, my laptop, and everything. In our bedroom, actually my husband also is working from home, so I had to set up a separate table for him on the other corner. And then I put like a sofa in between us, so then if we get tired we can actually sit on this small sofa. And plus, if my children are here, they don't have to be all the time in the bed. They have the sofa and they can climb on the sofa and look outside the window as well. Okay, there's another thing that I'd like to recommend when you're setting up your workspace or your home office, especially if you're doing a shared space between your family members. Okay, not everyone has the luxury to actually have a secluded space. So let's say now I'm sharing with my husband because there's no other space in my house that we can put up a separate office. So it helps if you do invest in a good quality headphone or headset. This is my headphone. It's a Tautronics with a noise cancelling option. I got this from Amazon. It's wireless, of course, the cheapest that I could get, which is a good one. It's about 200 dirham. And then if you go to Plantronics or if you go to Jabra, which are the recommended headsets, or you know, like this with a mic piece, that's gonna be like more, probably like less than 1,000. So this one works. This has a noise cancelling option. It's an on-ear headphone. It's quite big, but I don't really, you know, like mind it. Like, it works for me. For longer periods, I think it's better if you don't have the on-ear options, just, you know, have like something smaller, so then at least your ear can breathe. Yeah, but this one really helps, especially if I have calls and you know, like I wanted to hear the other end properly, and then if they wanted to hear me properly, it's really good. This can be paired with any laptop or phone. I pair this simultaneously to my work laptop and my personal laptop, and that works perfectly. Third tip. So once you have your workspace set up and everything, now you're ready to work. So before you begin your day, I really highly recommend to write your priority list for today. So creating your top to-do list for the day actually helps, you know, get more productive. I know that there might be some of us have like lots of things to do and it doesn't actually end, but you need to categorize your work, which ones are the urgent ones and which ones are not, which can wait for tomorrow. We have to admit the work actually never ends, and that we just need to like have that thought in our heads that this day, this is what I'm gonna do. Like I have like certain jobs to do for a day, but then there are ad hoc jobs that comes within the day, so I have to probably put like 3 like to-do lists for today, and then I have to put some space in between for those ad hoc jobs that I may be, you know, receiving within the same day. For me, I do put my list, I mean 2 separate lists. So I put my business list, my business priority list, and then I put a personal to-do list, because admit it or not, like I'm a mom and I have things to do as well for my home. Let's say I have to cook, I have to shop, like if I have things or chores or reminders that I need to do within the same day, I would also write that on a personal to-do list. So I just, you know, in my same paper, I just put the business top list and then the personal to-do list at the bottom. Okay, so tip number 4. This is something that is really also helpful for me. Like, because you know, when you're working at home, sometimes you don't really notice the time because you're so focused on what you're doing. You don't really notice, oh my god, I missed the time already, or I haven't had my lunch yet. For me, I prefer to create alarms. So I create alarms for waking up, for the coffee break, for the lunch break, and then when the work ends.
So on your phone, you have to find the clock. You have to go to the alarm. And then in here, I'm setting up the alarm for my break. So I'm just setting it off on 11:30 a.m. So this is going to be my 15-minute break. And then once I set it up, I'm going to go do the repeat option. So I want to repeat it on my work days. So then I don't have to remind myself to do it. And then I could also change the label and then put it as a break. Like you can do, you know, put whatever you want in here, but for me, I just want to put it a break. So I'm putting my 11:30 a.m. break time. If you can see, I have here my 4 p.m. as a stop working, and then I just want to do a repeat option for that as well. So I want to do the work days repeat, and then that's all set up already. And then next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my lunch break, which is at 1 p.m. So this is an hour lunch break. So I do this as well. So every time these hours touch the time, I'm gonna receive an alarm on my phone.
During my coffee break, I don't actually drink coffee on my coffee break. So on my coffee break, I would normally do yoga, like a 15-minute yoga or a 10-minute yoga, just to stretch my back. So the yoga helps my back pain. So I had to do it. I really have to do it every day. It's just a small stretching, like a 10-minute video stretching. I normally would watch it in YouTube and just follow it through. And it really does help my back a lot. And then during stand-ups, like every an hour, let's say, and if I would stand up, I'm just gonna do like, yeah, just stretch, you know, like stretch your back, stretch it, do really good stretching, because it really helps to avoid, you know, having the back pain. Okay, so we're on our last tip. Whew. Since we all started working from home, we do have this online communication platform. Some are working from Microsoft Teams, some are doing Zoom, others are Google Meet. So in my office, we actually are using Microsoft Teams. I think it's best if you also be available in your Teams communication platform during the business hour. As it is challenging for employees to work from home, it is also challenging for employers to monitor their employees working from home, and we don't actually have the attendance tool to monitor everyone. One of the best things to do is to actually ensure that you are available to be contacted in your online communication platform during those business hours, because it gives also that connection with your employers and with your team members, that you would be available anytime they would need to ask you something. The other thing that I would also recommend, if your software communication platform has an app, make sure you do also install it in your mobile. So then, for example, if somebody calls you and you're not in front of your laptop, let's say you just went to your kitchen to grab water, or you grab a sandwich or whatever, just you step out in 2 minutes and somebody decided to call you, you would be missing that call. So like for me, I have the Microsoft Teams as well in my mobile. So if I have to go make my coffee, it's okay to leave your workstation or to walk or to just say hi to my kids. And if somebody wants to call me, they could still reach me on my mobile. So then it gives you that mobility. You don't really have to stay in front of your laptop all the day. Working with children is actually not easy. The best thing that I could actually advise is to talk to your children, or really just put your workspace with the door, because there's no way your children will let you work if they are around you. If the day is done, if I have like other works that I have to do, or if I have some urgent tasks, I would just come back to my workstation and do it. But I don't really stay even after the shift ends, because you need just to put that barrier between your personal and your work. When you're at work, you need to be working. When you're done, you need to be done. I say that, even I know that there are people that the work doesn't actually finish, but you just need to have that discipline to put a barrier. You really need to put a barrier. Otherwise, you're gonna be exhausted, you're gonna be overtired, overworked, and you're gonna be burnt out. So we don't want that to happen. So I understand that the current situation is really difficult for a lot of us, but really for me, it has been a blessing that I don't have to go out and I can see my kids and I can work at the same time. It's really scary what's happening with the whole world. I mean, every day the numbers of positive cases are still going up. So I really advise you guys to keep safe, be safe. I'm really sorry I haven't uploaded for the longest time. It's just that things have been crazy. I have a lot of things to do, and the work doesn't finish. So I'm happy that I had a chance to do this, and I hope that I'll be able to help you guys. If you have any questions, make sure that you leave them in the comment section down below. Of course, my channel is still alive. It's not yet dead. I haven't abandoned you, and we're good. My family is good. We're doing good, thank God. My boys, they're growing really fast, and they really wanted to go out. But really, it's not about going out. It's about more of being safe and following the orders of your government, and make sure that you are keeping safe as well. And I think that's it. I would see you guys in my next videos. I will have next videos, don't worry about that. If you haven't subscribed, please make sure you do subscribe to my channel and click that notification bell so you do get notified whenever we upload new videos. And yeah, see you next time. Bye.